Good afternoon. Today we're back at Universal Studios Hollywood. We're actually starting it over in CityWalk because we have some updates with the Hello Kitty and Friends Cafe. Looks like they boarded up those windows over here. Not boarded up, but they filled it with like masking paper or butcher paper. They're probably doing some intense painting inside or maybe some vinyl or decal work. They're getting very close to finishing this up. I'm actually pretty surprised on how quick they're working with this project. I think they only started like 2 weeks ago, and 2 weeks later, we have a whole big piece of signage up. We have like theming. The other day I was here at CityWalk at night, and we were able to see like clearly into this shop. So yeah, I mean, it's turning out nice. I have a feeling they might open sooner than the end of the year, maybe like a little bit before Horror Nights. This is gonna be a weird angle, but bear with me here. We have some updates with the Purge Dangerous Waters. They actually just set up all the moving spotlights and lighting effects. It's kind of crazy. I noticed that. I'm here so much, so like the littlest change I could catch with the corner of my eye. But we just made it into the park, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be a crazy busy day today. It's 12 o'clock, so this is like the peak of the crowds. We'll take a look at the wait time sign right now. Since we're getting closer to another attraction opening, I wonder if they're going to swap out feature presentation anytime soon. We already have so many Nintendo stores in the park. I believe there's 5 outside of the land. 1 in CityWalk. We have feature presentation. We have the Universal Studios store. You guys count Power Up Cafe? And then I think there's one downstairs at the lower lot. But we'll see what they do here. Over here at Lemley Court, we have some black coverings, black tarp. But they also cleared out all of the seating in Lemley Court. This almost confirms that we might be getting another Horror Nights, either bar or experience over here. Can't really see what's going on in there. I'm not gonna really try to look, but yeah, it's all cleared up now, so we'll probably see some progress over here within the next like 2 or 3 days. Comparing this to previous years, we saw lighting go up first and barricades, but it's still open to walk around. They have 2 tables in there with some chairs. People keep asking me to show this off, and I actually haven't been in the animation store in a while to talk about it, but it says they are selling new interactive bubble wands for $30. I don't know what they interact with. Maybe they interact with each other. There's no way to like, oh. Okay. Let's see, let's turn it on. Let's turn another one on. It doesn't look like they're interacting with each other. Oh, whoa, whoa. What's going on here? Hold up, let me turn this off. Wait, now they're just lighting up. Ooh. Okay. Well, they didn't really interact with each other, but they have only a few bubble wands right now. I think they have these over in Orlando. I know for a fact the ones in Orlando interact with the new Universal Mega Movie Parade. Look at this Shrek crop top. This is crazy. $60 for this one, by the way. And I feel like I've never really seen this, but they have a new... Is this a Universe? Yeah, it's a Universe t-shirt. $35 for an ET t-shirt. That's really cool. The last time I was here with my good friend Jaden, this was maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, they had a t-shirt with Trek 40 in the back, and I could not find that anywhere. Oh wow, what? They have some migration t-shirts over here. Yeah, I can't find that Trek 40 t-shirt. I know, this is the update you're all waiting for, and I kind of dragged it. But the fire towers are up. Well, kind of. We just have the shipping crates up right now. And eventually they'll add a truss above these 2 shipping containers with a gas line with the little fire spews. Usually they test it in the daytime leading up to the event, so I'll keep my eyes open for any form of testing. Obviously we're not going to see any today because we don't have any gas line up, but a lot of fire safety comes with this one. They have to get it approved with the fire department first, which is usually easier for them because they have their own fire department. But everything here at Universal, or any theme park, or anywhere in the world, involves permits. I wonder what they'll do with Power Up Cafe. It has a pretty bright sign at nighttime, and I'm not sure if it's going to be open or not for horror nights, but we'll see what they do. Hopefully it isn't open, so that way we don't have a big, bright power-up cafe sign into the scare zone. All right, so this is what we have going on over here in Plaza de los Muertos. You can see that they have the Dia de los Muertos bar all set up. They're basically done with this. They just need to add the POS system so that way people can pay for their beer or whatever they buy. Here's a pretty solid view onto that. Looks about the same as the previous years, and holy smokes, we have the crane holding a huge piece of track, or that's not track. That's moving really quick. Holy cow. It looks like those are just supports to fill in the middle of this structure here. You could see that the little cocina has been set up. I hope they bring back the birria tacos once again. Those are always good. And then over here we have the frozen margarita bar. I wonder if they'll have any virgin drinks. I don't really like drink that much, but looks like they have like a little icy machine over here. And then to the right they have some more. That projector is still up, and I wonder if they're gonna do any projection effects in the scare zone. That'd be awesome if they do. And then it looks like they are doing some more stuff. Well, they are giving it a stucco finish, a re-stucco finish. For the 60th anniversary, they had a huge mural over here. So it did take a little bit of a toll on the paint in the plaza, but they're re-stuccoing it, if that's the proper way to say that, and then they're gonna repaint it. We'll probably see that done soon. So Murdy tweeted out a few days ago that they were doing rehearsals for Monstros, and it looks like they were also doing rehearsals for, or like maybe training for the maze hosts, because they have a lot of barricades set up over here. Zip ties are already on, so they're basically ready and trained to set up all the haunted houses. I think they have one dress rehearsal before like the official event, and then obviously there's team member preview night. That's all like really great training for those scare actors. Here's our look at Monstros for the day. Nothing new. But the last time we were here, in case you missed the update, they added like a little wagon over here with a little skeleton in there. I don't think Muerte is going to be in the front this year, to be honest. I mean, unless he comes out on this right side, I just don't know how he could enter. They don't have any like chain link fences that he could remove, or the actor could remove to enter the area. Or maybe he'll be in front and like they'll treat it like a mini scare zone. Maybe he'll be walking around like Death from, or what's his name? The New Year's Eve guy from Holidays in Hell. I always forget his name. But they do have a magnet here, so I don't know if they're gonna stuff him in this tiny spot. Also, this is really clever. This is a door over here. They have some hinges set up over here and on the bottom, and then I'm assuming the actor has to just pull that little thing to enter. So maybe Muerta will be behind the window here. All the lighting and dimmers have been set up over here. They have a black covering over here. They usually do this, and then same with this side. Not exactly sure what's going on over here, but they've extended the structure forward and they have a little platform taking shape. I think this might be the station now that I look at it. Yeah, you can see the platform on the right side as well as the left side. That might be like the mech bay / show building for the queue. That's what it's starting to look like, at least. But yeah, lots of rapid work. Looks like they are securing that piece of support we saw earlier flying around. Look at that. Here's a look at this piece of art for the RIP experience. Might have a scare actor in here doing meet and greets. Looks good. We're missing two of the logos. We're missing Texas Chainsaw, The Legacy of Leatherface, along with the Weekend Nightmare trilogy. I hope they do appear on the artwork at some point, especially the merchandise. We always have one or two mazes missing from like the main jacket we have every year. But it also seems like with the merchandise, they are moving forward with this like chainsaw punk look. So this is probably what that Horror Nights jacket art of the year will look like. I was looking at this here, and this looks very, very similar to El Sabone's sack we walked through last year. during Monstros Uno. It looks like the main focus for the past like 3 or 4 weeks now has been that side of the coaster project. Lots of focus on the structure, and I hope we see a lot more in the coming weeks. Yeah, definitely no changes on this side of the project. But then again, it's still Monday, so we have all week. As these trams pass along, you can see that they are doing a geo survey right now. I just saw the construction workers set that up. Yeah, nothing crazy going on this side of the project. We saw those coaster footers on the bottom half taking shape last week. We'll probably see like some smaller coaster supports take shape on this bottom half like by the end of the week. And then just a little bit of activity on the back half of the project, but nothing crazy.
Maybe you know
just got on the City tour, and they're actually running a glamour tram. Ooh, are we gonna get the normal?
I'm Jimmy Fallon.
No.
As we travel, let's take a look back into history. Now, Universal Studios Hollywood opened its gates on March 15th, 1915. That's when our founder...
Lots of prep going on over here for the weekend queue.
Keep an eye
Here on
Through the tour, I talk a little lower so I don't hinder the experience of the others around me, but over here to the right side we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they're actually doing some work. In front of the facade we have some more details up here.
But here's the thing, companies like HBO, Apple TV, and Netflix do not directly call Universal Studios home. However, we are part of a larger filmmaking family, so no matter if we're working with companies on or off the block, our goal at the end of the cars. Now these cars, we also have our original Studio Tour Glamour Tram, the original version, how it used to look. And some of these cars have actually been featured on screen in the movies that they are from, making them hero cars. Any sort of vehicle, whether it's futuristic, prehistoric, whether it's plane, train, boat, automobile of any sort, is considered a picture car once on screen. We're also hitting the approximate 15 minutes before the end of our tour, so just a reminder for everybody to please stay seated, keep all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, and remember to use that red cord above your head if you need any sort of assistance. As we check out those picture cars, well folks, get a few good to our stay at the Bates Motel. From Alfred Hitchcock's 1960 picture,
they literally
the Bates
moved
Motel
all
sign,
of
as
the
well as the
picture
house
cars
on the hill,
over here.
are both the originals.
So I don't think they're gonna bring back the original picture car section of the tour for a while.
Lives inside the house at the top of the hill. Keep a close eye on that upper story window, as you'll notice that Mother Bates is home. As we pass by our scale model replica of the Hollywood sign to your left-hand side, folks, I don't want to distract you too much, because once we head up the road past our scale model replica of the Hollywood sign that was built in cooperation with the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, we are about to get up close and personal with the man himself, Mr. Norman Bates. So I expect everybody to be on their best behavior. He is rather sensitive, so don't say anything too mean now. I'm counting on you. In fact, you know what? Hey, but you look awfully nice in your dapper suit, and oh no, car 4, you better be extra friendly back there. And as you see, folks, we survived thanks to the power of friendship. But we are moving on forward to one of the most Spielberg and designed by production designer Rick Carter. This is the plane crash set. Screen time for the movie, but it's well worth the effort when you're working with a legendary director like Steven Spielberg. From another legendary director, Oscar award-winning director Jordan Peele, from his newest sci-fi thriller Nope, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Kiki Palmer, Stephen Yeun, and Brendan Pereira. These sets were designed by the work on the Best Picture award winner Oppenheimer, but here to take us on through town, director Jordan Peele himself. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's planet. Over there, look into the Winking Well and have... No? What? A little further down, you can see a brand new Star Wrestler experience.
So we just got off the tram and it's clear that they're nowhere near completing the Terror Tram. They have so much work to do and they need all hands on deck leading up to the event beginning. But my question is, how are they going to rehearse if nothing has been completed? Anyways, here's a look at the wait times. I completely forgot about looking at this. So distracted with the updates. It doesn't look that bad. Downstairs is definitely where it shines. 70 minutes for both Mario Kart and Jurassic World, 45 for Mummy. I couldn't get the best view of this while we were on the tram, but they finished this little accessibility ramp. They might use this to bring on like different cranes or construction vehicles of all sorts. Or it could be that maybe there's I don't know if they're gonna have a brake run in this section of the track, but maybe if there's like a block section or brake run and they need to evacuate the ride, there could be a staircase going down here that allows the guests to walk out and wherever else they need to go. Okay, now looking at this half of the project, they're hard at work at this wall. Maybe it's a supporting wall, something similar to what we have up there. Or it could just be more walkways to get down the mountain. There is a pretty extensive brake run over there, and if they need to evacuate, I'm not sure if they're gonna have a catwalk going around, so there might be another staircase to allow the guests to exit off the ride. The two things I'm really hoping for with this project is A, theming throughout the coaster, so maybe we'll have some themed elements throughout the ride, and two, ride audio or onboard audio, so that way it gives you a more immersive experience. This is one of the reasons why I don't really like going to Six Flags. The very minimal theming along with no onboard audio on any of the rides, with the exception of maybe like X2 from time to time. Onboard audio is a pretty important element to making a ride immersive in a theme park. You see onboard audio on rides like the Incredicoaster or the Mummy ride. But like, this is my one takeaway from Velocicoaster over at Universal Orlando Resort. The ride does not have any onboard audio, so the ride just doesn't stick out to me at all. However, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, what a long name. That might be one of my favorite coasters in the world. But if they can somehow have onboard audio on this coaster, I feel like it would make a great ride, especially taking advantage of the Fast and Furious property. They have so many awesome songs that are featured in the film, like Bondo in the most recent Facades film, or even like Gasolina. They could even have like multiple ride experiences. I know this is a turning ride, so when you're going through the course of the track, your coaster cart is turning in different directions and stuff, and it would be really cool if they have alternate experiences with different onboard audio soundtracks. I know that might be a little difficult to implement, especially with the turning of the coaster, but it would be really cool to have that element to the coaster, especially considering that the coaster is opening all the way in 2026. They have a lot of time to work on smaller elements like that. Pretty nice look onto dead exposure over here. There hasn't been any changes since the last time we were here, but I was really hoping that they could add some like dead shrubbery around the facade, because this haunted house takes place in Death Valley. It's called Dead Exposure Death Valley. So you're starting in like a desert military bunker. So I was expecting like some dead shrubbery around the facade, along with like maybe even sand on the ground. Murdy said that there would be like a dead body peeking out of this van, and maybe he's hidden behind this door here. Maybe during the event they'll open the door or maybe like push out the body a little bit. They've done that with Legends Collide. They cover up the bodies in the daytime, but at nighttime they have them uncovered. Those barricades right behind this wall over here, so I think they've already started on rehearsals and stuff. They also have speakers and lighting set up throughout the course of the queue. I'm really hoping that they have like screens and projectors displaying like Crypt TV short films. They used to do that in the past, and it definitely helped if you're going to the park and waiting these long lines. it gives you something to look at while you're waiting in line rather than just being on your phone all night. Or even they even had a Horror Nights app at one point. I think this was in 2019. So it'd be cool if they do similar things just to keep yourself busy while you're waiting in line, because these lines have been getting longer and longer every single year. Looking right above Jurassic Outfitters, it looks like they've cleared up this section of seating, and it seems like they might be setting up another bar right above Jurassic Outfitters. Not sure what they would do for the theme, but I feel like the weekend is appropriate if they bring back the weekend bar. It was so successful in its first year, and they brought it back every single year since then. I feel like they would bring back some sort of bar up there, along with the theme being the weekend. Here's a look behind that wall over there. All right, and I think that wraps up today's updates here at Universal Studios Hollywood. We'll be back basically every single day leading up to Horror Nights. We have a lot of updates ahead of us, a lot of videos ahead of us, and then of course, I'm bringing back the survival guide. You know, I put out the best survival guide for Horror Nights. You could get every single maze done by either like 9 or 10 p.m. without Express. So I'll have that out soon, maybe like September 4th, the day before Horror Nights starts. But I already started work on that video, so I hope you guys are excited for that. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.